So I wanted to have this review up like a few days ago, but I'm lazy and I procrastinate, and it's Christmas Eve, it's about to be Christmas, and Amanda's dad is hosting the family Christmas party, so I haven't exactly had time to edit, so I hope I get, this and episode 9 up before I have to leave for Christmas for a few days. So we'll see.
Hey there, Net Best Buddies, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we're going to be looking at Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. It's the beginning of the sequel trilogy, which is Episodes 7, 8, and 9, and to say that this trilogy has been divisive is kind of an understatement. But while I have you at the beginning of the video, definitely go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I do put out. And the question in this video is, who do you think Rey's parents are? I know that Episode 8 already told us that they were nobody, but with Episode 9 being literally like an hour and a half away, I don't have a watch on right now. Do you believe that they're nobody? Do you believe they're actually related to a specific character? I don't know, but I mean, we'll get the answer soon, I suppose. Also, if you have seen the film, please don't spoil it down, y'all. Just don't be that person, please. I've been trying really hard to keep off social media so that I don't get anything spoiled, because I had the Han Solo thing spoiled for me in Episode 7, and that kind of sucked. That would have been really cool to go in not knowing that. So just, don't be a jerk. Unless you're watching this like well into the future, in which case, hello from the past. After rescuing a pilot from the First Order, Finn and Rey must get the droid BB-8 back to his master at the Secret Resistance base. Along the way, they team up with Han Solo and Chewbacca in an attempt to save the galaxy and to find Luke Skywalker. I really enjoyed this movie. Like a lot. Now I understand the complaint that this is very similar to A New Hope, and I do feel that it is, but that doesn't really bother me because the movie is just so enjoyable. A testament to this movie though, because I didn't even mind the fact that we were on Jakku for a decent portion of it, and if you know me, that goes a long way because I don't like the desert or the sand. It's rough and coarse and, gets everywhere. Stop it, please. All the new characters are really great. I think the actors gave really good performances, and of course I loved seeing the original heroes come back in this film. Rey, Finn, and Poe are just instantly likable, and I became so attached to them so quickly. Very much like I did for the original heroes back in A New Hope. BB-8, super cute and a great addition to the franchise. Kylo Ren is absolutely my favorite new addition to the franchise. I love how Adam Driver is able to portray the conflict within the character so well, and I don't know, I just really liked him in the movie, and I absolutely love the design of his lightsaber, which is why I've got this one. And I've got the big, Black Series one. I'll probably whip that out for the Rise of Skywalker review. Not only do I love the saber design, I just really like his costume. It's awesome, and I love his helmet. I have one myself floating around. You might have seen it in an earlier review. But I think it's like packed away somewhere, so I'm not going to dig that out right now. The movie looks absolutely stunning from a visual perspective, and I love the use of practical effects in this one. The space battles are fantastic, and I love the varied environments that we get on the different planets we visit. There's also a fair amount of humor in this movie, and for the most part, it really worked for me. I liked a lot of it. There were like maybe one or two jokes that didn't exactly land for me. I will say the only part that didn't really work for me was the whole Rathtar sequence, and that's just mostly because they weren't practical effects at all. They weren't like puppets, they were just CG creatures. But man, did he give us such a cool introduction to everyone's favorite scruffy looking nerf herder. Harrison Ford as Han Solo was absolutely fantastic in this movie. He was so good. And he has a really touching reunion with the Millennium Falcon that always just gets me. And he has a really sad scene later on that, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you in here, but I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't know what happens. Definitely caught some emotions during those scenes. I really like the redesign for the stormtroopers. I think they look really cool. And I actually found the First Order pretty intimidating in this movie, especially compared to having just come off the original trilogy, where the Empire, even though the upper command was pretty intimidating, the soldiers themselves weren't all that much. They were pretty goofy. We do get a lot of interesting questions in this movie, and sadly, we don't really get them answered in this movie, or sadly in the follow-up. But, Episode 9's like an hour or so away, so here's hoping. The lightsaber fight at the end, I really enjoyed. I thought it was fantastic, and that's partially because of the environment, because I really like the snowy nighttime forest setting, I think it's also because none of the combatants are trained in lightsaber combat, it feels like, and that definitely shows, and it felt pretty natural the way that they were going about the fight. And I also really like that in this movie, for the first time that I can remember, it really feels like the lightsabers have some weight to them. And lastly, what other Star Wars movie are you gonna get James Bond himself, Daniel Craig, as a stormtrooper? And what other Star Wars movie are you gonna get Why you gotta bark? Stop, Fox, stop it. Come here. You need to come here. I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you. Yeah, you're coming up here. Let's not bark, okay? And lastly, I mean, what other Star Wars movie are you gonna get James Bond himself, Daniel Craig, and Simon Pegg in the movie? Not many other ones, I would dare to reckon. Even though this is a little too close to the original for some, I found myself absolutely loving the movie just as much today rewatching it as I did the first time around. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens gets an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie, what can I say? Alright, now let's wrap this up because I gotta get ready to go to the movies in a few minutes. So that's my review for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. As always, thanks for watching the video. Guys, it means a great deal to continue to watch the videos that I do put out. Oh, hey. Definitely go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I do put out. Give the video a like, share the movie-loving friend, and let me know down in the comments, again, no spoilers, who do you think Rey's parents are? Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya. Can I have a kiss for the go? Kisses.